It is a midsummer night's sports lover's dream. There are so many things going on in the world, especially of second tier sports, inexpensive sports, the kind of sports that are accessible live to the average Joe, that it's given me great joy. And I just wanted to go over a few of them today. I want to do a lot more videos coming up with sort of evergreen content about the history of minor league sports and whatnot. But right now, a lot is going on, and the WNBA is kind of out front because there's this great rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese that could turn into something that's driving ticket sales. There's also a lot of intrigue going on at how the league is treating her, and should she be treated differently, and is she getting preferential treatment or not getting preferential treatment. And again, all of that leads to more attention for the WNBA, which attention is key right now. And there's also the issue of, I guess, Caitlin Clark, neither Caitlin Clark nor Angel Reese were invited to the Olympic tryouts, but Brittany Griner was, and Brittany Griner should be the center of a lot of discussion, in my opinion, because there are many issues, but the biggest one is that when it comes to the Olympics, some of that is taxpayer funded. Now, most of it, as I understand it, is through corporate sponsorship, but these guys make money. And for me as a fan, the Olympics, the thing that makes the Olympics more interesting than any other sporting venue is that it's sort of supposed to be a representation of us. Brittany Griner famously is not a proud American, not a patriotic American, not somebody who has any great love for the United States. But so for me, I want the people that go to the Olympics to represent us well athletically, of course, but also to show us to be great sportsmen. And that, for me, translates into, will I follow it? Will I watch? And it sounds like this year, at least for women's basketball in the Olympics, the answer is no. Other women's sports are making big strides. For example, the Women's Professional Hockey League. It looks like the Minnesota team, and I guess in that 16 league currently, the teams are just going by the city name and like a hockey club type situation, which I like, because as they develop, they will sort of fall into new representations, new logos, and sort of team dynamics. We will see. But it looks like the Minnesota team, who won their first championship and deserve great congratulations, also for at least one of their games drew a crowd of 13,000 people. That is very good. I have never seen women's hockey, but the University of Georgia, which is close to me, now has two hockey clubs, one for men and one for women, and I will definitely, I should have gone this last year, I could have gone this last year and didn't, but I will definitely go see a game next year. And who knows, I don't think Georgia is going to be high on the list for a professional women's hockey club, but I will see a game just to see if it's different, just like I did with the WNBA and this Professional Women's Volleyball Federation, which neither one of them really shone out to me and really made me think, oh, I want to be a fan of this. This is something I could attend regularly, but you never know. And professional football being played for women, or some kind of professional football being played, and I think there is a team here in Atlanta. I'll have to look that up. Going on to football, which is what we normally talk about here, the UFL has, I think, suffered a couple setbacks, some of it just bad luck, not the least of which is that the Battlehawks lost their playoff game in St. Louis. I'm going to see what the attendance was for that game. It should have pushed 40,000, which would be great. But now, since the championship game is going to be in St. Louis and the Battlehawks will not be a part of it, I'm thinking if they can get close to 25,000 people to go to that game, that will be a big win for the league. But we're going to find out in this off season if who they're committed to, which teams the league is committed to, which markets they're going to go for, and are they in a state where they're ready for expansion. I don't know. Again, I've been to a USFL game. I have been to an XFL game before the merger. I enjoyed both of them. I got good quality for money. I think I paid $10 to go see the Stallions play, and I think I paid like $30 when I went to see the Battlehawks play the Vegas Vipers. And both times I felt like I got my money's worth. Both times I felt like the entertainment product was there. So we will see. The IFL, I think, is steadily improving with their TV product. I'm going to get to go see On July 13th, I think it is, I am going to be in Jacksonville, and I'm going to get to see the Sharks play the Blizzard. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think that when I get there, the game day operations are going to be very, very good, on par with what the Arena Football League was when they were spending money and doing well. Speaking of the Arena Football League, lots of new hires, including Jerry Kurz. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that yet. I look back at the commissioners of the Arena Football League over the years, and his name is obviously synonymous with the league. He was the one that always made the big announcements. I think he had a good grasp of making sure that there was content in front of the fans all of the time to keep interest high. But we will see how that goes. Other leagues like the American Indoor Football League, right now they've got the River Cities team that has all kinds of problems. That's going to wind up in lawsuits, and the threat of lawsuits, I think, were a big part of what really hindered the opening of the Arena Football League this last year. But it looks like maybe they are riding that ship. And one other strength that they've got, I think they're down to 9 teams in what was originally a 16-team league. They are going to finish out their season. Some fans have gotten their games. The games since Commissioner Hudson left and Commissioner Fisher came in. Now I think there's a new commissioner, but they have gone off. So the game day operations are there. They've got some of the stuff in place to get the TV product out there, and I think maybe if they come back next year, and again these teams, Arizona, St. Louis, Chicago, if those teams that were scheduled to come on board in 2025 actually do, that could be a real big win, and the launch of the second season could go much better than the launch of the first. The Arena League, with its 4 teams slated for 6 for next year, their launches I thought went pretty well overall. The TV product, which is all I've got access to here, was pretty good. Some of the gameplay and some of the changes with only 6 players on a side, I haven't gotten used to yet. I don't really know if it's going to project well on TV. I do think if I had a chance to see the Lunkers play, which almost came to be, I have a reason to be in Springfield, Missouri once in a while, and if the opportunity arises, I definitely will go see a game. I think on site in those much smaller venues, they have chosen to go into smaller venues, which implies to me that their long-term plan has to do with TV money, gambling money, and not necessarily being compelled to put meat in the seats, as it were. But we will see how that goes. And overall, I'm just pretty excited now. One of the leagues that I'm excited about, I know a lot of other people in this little world of commentating on minor league indoor football and minor league spring football is this new International Football Alliance that's coming out with teams in Huntsville, Alabama, Dallas, which seems strange to me because there's a lot of football already in Dallas, and unless they really are good at getting that content out there, at getting the interest of the fan, at somehow capturing the imaginations of the people in that market, like St. Louis has done with the Battlehawks, and I think like DC has done with the Defenders, I think there's a good chance that one could come in. And again, when we look at teams that can survive leagues, the Battlehawks could definitely survive. If this other league shows up and they get 3 or 4 teams that can be competitive and market well and do all that, who knows? A few years down the road, we could still have spring football available to us, live and in person, and it could work out really well. I'd like to know what everybody else thinks about these and all of these other issues. Thank you again for every click, and have a great day.